finale, we were gonna see. So we knew it when we like I was watching it with a bunch of friends, and as soon as like the MA thing came up, it said strong sex scenes. We were all like, Danny and John are getting it on. It's confirmed. Like.
Something I found interesting in the show that I sort of I don't know if it's true or not, but I sort of guessed, because I don't know if you know that Lena Headey, I think that's how you say her name, and Jerome Flynn, who Bron and Cersei, they used to like date or something.
Wow,
oh, really?
Or there was some sort of, and they
good for him.
No, it did not end well. Like they hate each other now.
Wow.
Too bad for him.
And that's like, you know, they'll never work together or anything. And that's why I think him and Podrick were like, come on, let's get a drink before she came in. Because they won't work together. I'm pretty sure I read that.
At first,
somewhere.
you thought it was because like that she was going to kill everyone.
Yeah, because some bullshit was going to happen.
Yeah, because then Brienne like gave him a shifty look, and I was like, ooh, baby.
Yeah, and then it didn't. I was like, oh, it's just because the actors hate each other.
That's crazy.
That's so
I
funny.
did not know that. You know, Jerome Flynn was part of like a singing duo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it called Duo Flynn?
No, it's called Flynn and something, like Flynn and something.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like an 80s pop duo or something.
Wow, that's so
yeah,
nice.
it's crazy, dude. Wait, was it Jerome Flynn? It was Jerome Flynn, yeah.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that, I remember, yeah.
All right.
I wonder how it ended. That's the story I want to see. Let's get rid of Game of
I'm
Thrones.
sure
I want the
how did that
Jerome
fuck up?
A song of Flynn and Hetty.
$1 for every time.
Maybe it was Flynn and Hetty. Maybe that was the name of the band.
Oh, what if they didn't hook up? Like they had a creative breakup.
Oh, creative differences.
Yeah,
he wanted to
maybe
take it in
see the whole thing.
New wave.
This is like making me think about John and Danny again, but like. The whole time that they were building up their relationship, I was like, "Please, just be good friends. Please, just be good friends." There's no reason why a young man and a young woman can't just be good friends. They don't have to have sex.
I can tell you, about 80% of the time, that is not true.
Yeah, but it's 2017, Tyler. We can write.
It's not there, is it?
No, but the show's written now. We can just promote a good platonic relationship.
Yeah, but not in terms of television and them trying to gain as much out of the entertainment as possible.
I was just like, please, just keep it platonic. Come on, guys, please.
I shiv them hard. They're cute together. They didn't have that much development between them two. They had like 4 scenes where they sort of, kind of, not really flirted. It was more
people
John
talking to them about.
Yeah.
Looking up, like Davos being like, I've seen you looking at her good intentions or whatever it was.
It was more John just saying stuff that John would say, and then Daenerys just like moistening up all the time.
Yeah.
Like the bit where he was like, I don't need your permission, I'm a king. You could just like hear the waves crashing. Like,
yeah, dripping like a tap.
And I wonder...
I bet he's confused. I bet he went to her room in the finale just to, like, say, hi, how you doing? And then she started banging him, and he was like... That's why he paused for so long and looked in her eyes. He was like...
He's like, wait, what's happening?
What's actually going on?
He's like, hang on.
He's like, I got a really weird feeling.
Where am I? But we said...
maybe he was having, like a Lorraine... whatever her last name was before she became McFly, you know, and Back to the Future. And then she's like, when I kiss you, it's like...
I'm kissing my brother.
Maybe he was having one of those moments and decided to go for it anyway.
We said it'd be funny because, like, Tyrion watches them, like, go into the room. We said it'd be funny if he's just hang on, they kind of look similar. They look like they're related.
Facial features.
I thought it was funny about, like, I saw this post, someone said it's like, Jorah's in the next room listening to Danny and John have mad boat sex.
All right, let's. I'm still mad, but let's move on because other big, cool, important things happened. Namely, Littlefinger got his fucking throat cut, like we've all been hoping for.
Yeah,
it's. I think they set it up well, like because last week as well we saw that thing was like, oh, maybe they're just playing him, but then at the start of this episode they sort of played it well, like you think, oh no, Sansa is just like. You know, she's fallen for his tricks and whatnot, which made me mad at the time because I was like, what happened to all of her fucking development as a character that she's just now been like, oh yeah, Littlefinger, sure, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, yes, it was so good.
That was amazing
because
I handled it perfect.
Yeah.
As soon as he said Littlefinger, we were like, hey!
Yeah. I think one of my favorite bits in that was when he went up to Bronze Yon and he was like, "You will escort me safely back to the Vale." I was like, "I think not."
Oh,
And he's like, "Oh shit!"
And then when they start saying stuff that like Bran's told him, he's just like, "What?" He's just like,
no.
"How do you?" And then like it was so
None
funny.
of you were there. None of you were there.
It's like you held a knife to his throat. Who the fuck is this kid?
It was so funny though, like when.
But why didn't Bran say it earlier?
Oh, God, why didn't he say anything
Why,
earlier?
why is he just sitting there under a tree?
Like, look, I guess he's had some bad shit happen to him. He's still processing it.
I think a lot of people.
See, I want reasons for stuff like that. Let's take Game of Thrones seasons 1 to 3. They would have like written in a reason why Bran wasn't telling them shit.
I think and again, like they should say this. They shouldn't just have to make us, think of the reason ourselves.
Yeah.
Like I think it's because he's still dealing with like just having this wave of fucking power come at him after the other three where Raven dies. Also, he went through like a lot of shit, like like Jojen died, Hodor died, Summer died, like which potentially means like a small part of him died with Summer.
Yeah.
So he's probably still dealing with a lot of that. So hopefully, he comes back as a character. Like he's not just
absolutely.
like a fucking
real dick to
sociopath.
Yeah.
She
there
did
was
not
also
deserve
like
that.
people comparing him to like Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen.
Yeah.
Like when you can see
Everything.
When you're basically a god, like why do you?
But
care
the
about
other
anything?
throughout Raven wasn't so much like
Yeah,
that.
no,
he was a little bit more of a human being. He's like, I'm an old man.
I'm a tree.
By the way, like in the book, his description of him is like way more gross. It's like he's like a half
so
tree
much
man.
cooler. I was so
Can't you
eager
see
to
his,
say
He's
like,
just like an
shit in
old
a
man
tree?
in a tree. He's like,
it's an old man in a tree. It's not a man who is a tree.
he's not an old man who is a tree. Yeah.
It's like someone hung him there and he couldn't get down.
he's just like,
He's like a stranded cat.
Bunch of kids put me up here.
Damn, whippersnappers. I can see
Um,
everything.
but yeah, so much joy when Littlefinger got found out. Like, I thought the funniest bit was like when she's like Lord Baelish, and he's just like,
He does that like blink. He's like,
he's just
Yeah.
like, he's
What?
looking around. He's like, what? Me? So good.
That was the first, because I was kind of a believer that Sansa and Arya were like
We're playing him.
the whole time it was just them like regaining their trust in one another and like doing all that shit.
Which it does make sense because Arya was trained by the faceless man. She like pretty much is the faceless man herself. Yeah. How can he like sneak up on her? And like, if she wanted to sneak around the castle like undetected, wouldn't she just wear someone else's face?
Yeah, exactly.
But,
But yeah,
got
it
to,
was
got
like
to see
the-
a nice
it was
little
like-
face bag as well.
Yeah, it was like. Boy.
That's
Fucking hell.
the special ghost.
Special
Don't worry
guys.
about
Yeah,
him.
but it was like the direction that scene was really well. The way they like walked her in and like
Yeah.
shut the door and everyone's surrounded. I was like,
oh
what?
no.
I was like half like, what the fuck is going on?
Is she gonna? Yeah, I was thinking like, is she gonna kill all of those men?
I thought we were gonna.
Yeah.
get an
Yeah, I was
Arya
like, I'd be like, that's cool, but like, I don't want it to happen. Like,
These men have probably done nothing wrong as well.
yeah, exactly.
They're just
This would just be an Arya violence porn scene. People just want to see Arya murder a whole bunch of dudes.
It'd be like the church scene from
Kingsman.
Yeah.
oh, dude, the Freebird starts playing on a loop
they
somewhere.
put the band starts playing Freebird.
It's like when they played the Reigns of Castamere at the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
They're just there playing Freebird. Except nobody else is fighting. They're all just trying to kill Arya,
Yeah.
and she's just going to town.
House Skinnerd turns up. I am Leonard of House Skinnerd. I can't say. That would be. I want that now. That's what I need in my life.
Do you remember that one episode? It was at the end of the episode where Jamie gets his hand cut off, and then like the Bear and the Maiden's Fair comes in, but it's like a weird like rock version.
I was like, this is throwing me out of
hand.
That
was weird, dude.
I think it was weird
good
that
cover,
Cersei got called
Saucy.
out. Saucy.
Cersei got saucy.
When doesn't she? She got called out on 2 bluffs.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool that both
I thought
brothers bluffed.
I
I
thought
thought-
she was fucked on the second time. I'm like, no, she's not going to do it twice.
Yeah, no, I thought either Jamie was going to get. I didn't really think that Jamie was going to get killed, but I thought he's gonna have to fight the Mountain, and like I thought he's gonna like have to actually see if he's good enough now to fight and win, which would be
It would
like
have been really cool if the Mountain like brought down his sword and his like hand came up and it like cut the hand in half, but then he just like fucking buzzed him.
Yeah. But
I
obviously it didn't
I was actually really tense in that.
Yeah,
scene.
I was tense like the whole time till he was out of the room. I was like, the mountain could still throw that fucking sword clean through him.
Yeah.
Other things that happened: the wall fell.
Oh yeah, that
Saw
happened.
the icy boy come along with his ice dragon.
Icy boy and the dragon.
One of my mates, Nick Fowler, posted on our
Shout out.
our what?
Shout out to
Oh yeah, shout out to Fowler.
Nicky.
He was like, "Why isn't the dragon breathing ice breath? Why is it breathing like blue flame?"
Yeah, why is it hotter now that it's like an ice dragon?
Well, I thought it was more like
I think it's
he's
just
not turning it. He's not technically turning to ice. He's bringing it back from the dead.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
But why is the fire different now? I thought, maybe he was gonna be like an ice dragon to have like some kind of crazy like ice breath.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then I think he's just like, it's not so much fire that he's emitting anymore. It's just like kind of like just energy. Just
like the magical properties that
Yeah.
dragons have inside them and everything.
because it wouldn't really make sense. Like because once you turn to like a fucking ice zombie, it wouldn't really make sense to like breathe fire out of yourself. Yeah. Yeah. That was Tormund is for some reason still at the wall. And he was
told to stay there, remember?
Was
John
he?
was like, yeah, you guys are all going to live at Eastwatch by the Yee.
Oh,
now."
yeah, that's right. Eastwatch by the Yee.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
No.
The video where it's like...
I have not. I'm so far behind on all these bloody memes,
Man,
mate.
we'll have to show you that
well
later.
behind. Yeah, no, we'll catch you up on the Yee.
Tormund's dead.
No, he's not.
I saw something about like how he is not dead. Like,
He
I think
deserves
maybe,
an on-screen death.
I feel
He
like
definitely
he
does.
would have been like here and the wall was here and then just at his feet the
Yeah.
wall collapsed.
Him and Beric are actually... I thought, like...
Oh, yeah,
Beric.
Beric.
Yeah, good old Beric.
Good old Barrett.
He's still kicking on.
He is.
Doing well for his age.
Mhm.
And his condition. Being dead a few times. Both Thoros. I feel like he got cheated out of a good death.
Yeah, he definitely did. They should have given him
A good fighting death.
Tormund's
Dranik
nearly
thing?
death.
Yeah.
That would have been horrifically sad.
Yeah. And that would have been like, fuck. That really got
That
to
would
him.
have upped the stakes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, they definitely cheated. And then they just threw a couple of randos into the grinder.
Yeah.
yeah, just
They're
like
just like red shirts
we're like,
coming
wait,
from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, but, like you weren't in that group before.
yeah,
Who
I was
were you?
like- I counted. There was two of
It
you.
was just those guys.
the
earlier.
reinforcements.
The two dead bear men. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Like inflatable henchmen. That's what they were doing in the night. He actually, what's his name, died of like no breath because he was blowing
up
his
in henchmen.
He's like, gotta get this done before morning.
His contribution. Good on you, mate.
What else happened this episode? Obviously, that was a great scene. The sort of kings and queens and stuff meeting.
Really good scene, yeah.
Everything looks really fucking sad now over the world because everything's dark and winter has come.
So
I really enjoyed finally seeing Jamie say "fuck this."
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
I like
because that happened
Like,
so long ago in the books.
yeah, like reading it in the books. It's a different type of industry. It's a different satisfaction. You
Yeah.
know, now. I think they did it in the show so we could really see them break apart and everything. Whereas because they didn't, I suppose like the catalyst from him turning away from Cersei is where Tyrion's like, she's been banging so many dudes,
Yeah.
bro. And he's like, no, she hasn't. And it's like, yeah, dude, so many dudes. And he's like, oh, and then like that like starts to snowball.
Yeah.
into
So for
the,
those who don't know, those who haven't read the books, in the books, when Cersei gets taken by the High Sparrow,
Yeah.
she writes to Jaime because that's at that point in the books. That's when Jaime's away in the Riverlands, trying to get
which they replaced with Dawn in the show.
But then he does go to the
went to the
Riverlands later to
Riverlands.
get the Blackfish.
Yeah, fair enough, but in
The
that
Blackfish
sort of-
isn't
Yeah.
dead in the books.
So in the book, Jaime's away trying to get Riverrun back from the Tullys. And then in that moment, that's when Cersei gets taken by the High Sparrow. She writes to him, being like, "Yo, come help me. They've taken me." And then he's just kind of like, "Nah, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like you've betrayed me, so you can fucking deal with your own shit. I'll come back later."
Yeah.
But he doesn't really. I think does he really know that she's gonna die then?
I don't think he does. She
it's
just
still-
she asks him for help, and then he just burns the letter.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, he
put
just
this
throws
in
it
the
in the
fire.
fire.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
still,
that was
like, yeah,
great.
good stuff.
so good. But I'm glad. Like like I'm glad we finally got like Jamie being like